Watch.
There's Trump supporters, and then there's Trump voters, and then there's Trump supporters. I feel like they're different people.
Oh yeah, I would agree with that.
Is that podcast worthy?
I think it is. Because there's people who are like, there's people who vote for him because they basically don't want to, they hate Nancy Pelosi, and then there's people who vote for him because they want to return to a white state. Like there's people who want like the white nationalism. So it's kind of funny that they're all grouped in the same camp, technically.
Yeah, it is funny because my dad's he's the latter. He's a Ted Cruz.
Oh yeah,
you know.
Well, it's kind of like if you're like a baseball fan, if like you're a Mets fan, you're like, listen, I hate the fucking Yankees. I hate those fucking Yankees. I don't give a shit how fucked up the Mets are every year. I'm rooting for the goddamn Mets. I don't care who they put out on the mound. I don't care who's up to bat. I'm rooting for the goddamn Mets because I fucking hate the Yankees. That is what I equate the Trump supporter, Trump fan situation to.
Yeah. No,
I'll never root for those dirty ass Yankees. Ever. They
could put if they put like Kim Jong Un on the mound.
Yeah.
You'd be like, that's.
Yeah, it's like that's our talent this year.
He could.
Speaking of Kim Jong Un, let's talk about this motherfucker. Yeah. I think he dead. People don't know if he's dead or not. As of right now, the reports are that he's just. I saw an article that apparently China sent a team of their top doctors to North Korea to assist in whatever his fucking thing is.
Okay, I read that yesterday on. It was on Snopes and it was unconfirmed. So
I read that on Reuters, but interesting. I don't know.
I was on the game pretty early. Not to weird flex on y'all, but I was on the Kim Jong Un tip.
How
quick.
so? And what's you still going to Snopes? Is Snopes still a reputable website? Are they?
Yeah, I go to Snopes.
They're
still,
good.
But I was just reading the news, So. Snopes. I check out Snopes.
Well, okay, so let me ask you this: how were you ahead of the curve on this one? Have you had an interest in North Korean politics?
No, it was just general Snopes news. It's just one of my news outlets. I don't have a lot, but it's one of them.
Very interesting. So you go to Snopes like you go to Google, or like go to Google News or AP News.
Yeah, it's basically. I go to it. I mean, obviously, I'm not a big news junkie, but yeah, I check it out. It's one of them. I check it out.
Snopes is weird.
I'm a Snopes
guy. Is weird because
I want to be on the forefront.
Yeah.
I like TMZ and I like Snopes, dude, because it's like, all right, let's check out let's entertain the bullshit first.
Well, here's the thing. When you're a fan of TMZ or Snopes, you're getting your news first because they don't actually have any ethics that they report on. They don't have to hold themselves to the integrity of a news publication. So they can be like,
real.
They're like, hey, we have photos of Kobe Bryant's helicopter on fire. Post instantly. He's telling people he's dead before his family even knew, and then you're like, yeah. But Snopes is weird. I'm honestly, that surprises me that you go to Snopes because.
I don't go that often.
Snopes is...
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the...
It's a weird website because it's like one of the few websites where, just on one site you can learn about, the life or death of a, North Korean dictator. And also, how long is, Tommy Lee's dick. That's all bundled up on Snopes. Those are
the only two subjects I want to know.
Tommy Lee's dick length.
You know what I mean? Everything else, COVID-19, presidential race, it's like, who gives... Oh, fuck, buddy.
Come on.
Tell me how long Tommy Lee's
I want to know about Bret Michaels' fake hair. That's what I want to know about. No, I don't know.
Is it fake?
Oh, dude, it's gotta be. He always wears this weird fucking bandana. Let's not go into this, because I know a shit ton about Bret Michaels, so
yeah,
I can't go down that hole.
Dude, I will say, though, isn't it... It's crazy the chicks they pick to be on Rock of Love. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're just like, look at these.
Yeah, they basically just run through a couple hot topics in LA, in New York, and Midwest, and then they pick the cream of the crop.
No, dude, I feel like they just go to... Dude, you're wrong. They just go to the nicest strip club in
Tampa.
The biggest markets in America, and then they're in Tampa, and then they just say, "Hey, do you guys want to maybe like fuck Bret Michaels and end in a nasty divorce and maybe get a little cash?" And they're like,
yeah,
"I've been waiting
like,
my
whatever.
entire
They're
life
like,
for someone to ask me
and
that
it's
question."
funny because often they're very big fans of Poison and Bret. You know, like his fans are strippers, so it's kind of like a it's a feeding cycle.
Right.
You know, one kind of goes into the other. So
That's true because they play Poison at strip clubs.
Oh, yeah.
So like his audience continues to grow.
Yeah, they're all.
So he's not just getting old chicks his age that are age appropriate that want to fuck Bret Michaels. They're like, oh, this is the guy that sings "Sweet Cherry Pie" or what the fuck?
Every rose has
fuck.
its thorn.
Is that Poison?
No, that's fucking Warrant,
Oh.
dude. Sweet cherry pie's Warrant.
Oh.
No, Bret Michaels is Every Rose Has Its Thorn.
Excuse
Yeah, no,
me.
get your shit together.
I don't know my
Get your
strip
shit
club
together.
artists.
No, you're right though. You're right. As long as there are women taking off their clothes for financial support, Bret Michaels will always have an audience. So,
Yeah.
and that's okay.
Yeah.
You know?
So, Kim Jong Un.
Yeah.
theory.
We veered from the.
I'm bringing it back.
Yeah.
So my theory is, okay, why would this, if it was completely false, why would this be a news story? You know what I mean? Like something. Nobody's like,
dude,
you know
where
what?
there's smoke, there's fire.
Things are.
When there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah,
Of course.
exactly.
Like no one's. People want it to be true. That's the thing. People want him to be done. He's kind of a.
Well, his successor is going to be his sister. Who?
Oh,
maybe this is a
interesting.
fucked up thing to say. Yeah, but this is a fucked up thing to say. But I feel like a woman could possibly be that evil.
Could not be as evil as him.
Yeah, I feel like women they definitely have their own brand of evil, but like
Genocide and human
war
slavery
camps
is not
and-
really typically in their wheelhouse.
Yeah,
That's really
yeah. I just
only
don't feel like
men
that's- yeah,
have
yeah,
the
yeah.
fucked up evolution that we do to be able to, spearhead
I
shit
think
like
so.
that.
I think
Yeah,
so.
you're not wrong. I don't know. I'm trying to think of what are some of like history's most evil women. Like because there's of course on the male side you got like Hitler, Mao Zedong, Stalin.
Sure. Mussolini.
Yeah, Coney, 2012.
Chairman Mao.
Mao.
Yeah, dude. That's
Pol
you know
Pot.
what? What about what is it? Marie Antoinette.
Yeah, she's definitely a big one. She's like the Jeff Gordon of killing people.
Evil.
Evil leaders. She wasn't a leader though, was she? I don't know, dude.
She's the Queen of France.
Yeah,
I
that's
think.
right. That's right. God damn it. All right. I had to kick back in
I
that sweet
think.
Catholic school education.
Yeah, but I think Kim Jong Un. I think he is dead.
Yeah.
Or is at least like, I think here's what I imagine. I imagine he's brain dead, but I think his organs are still going.
Yeah.
But they're gonna keep him on life support, like possibly
Forever.
for the next however long they
Yeah.
can do it. And even when he is dead, I think they're still going to. Because I mean, I know quite a bit about North Korea. I watch a lot of docs, and I know what they think of their leaders. And I think he's dead, but I think they're going to maintain the illusion that he's still alive for the next 15 years.
That is very interesting. So you think they're doing like that? That's like that Beatles conspiracy that Paul McCartney died and they just replaced him and didn't tell anyone because they thought it would cause
With a lookalike?
yeah, they would fall. That's the conspiracy. So you think they're doing a similar thing in North Korea?
Do you believe it?
Of course, dude. Well, dude, if you're talking about North Korea, like literally anything's possible. So yes, of course I believe that. But I guess I'm wondering what would their motivation be to pretend that he's alive? Why can't they just, can't they? Why wouldn't they use that opportunity to be like, oh, he died a hero, he was like a savior, like now and just pass the torch? He can't. If he's like legit brain dead, he can't make any decisions. So it's like, what are the people really going to freak out? If Kim Jong Un, I think that does it speak a testament to how highly the North Korean government views him? Is they think that the average people of North Korea, do you think they actually give a fuck if he dies? They'll probably be happy.
That's the thing, dude. It's like because in Pyongyang? I watched some docs, dude. It is the happiest city on earth. If you watch footage from there, it is a utopia. But the only reason it looks like a utopia is because you literally have to pretend that you're having the time of your life at all times.
Yeah,
And
especially
also,
with
people
cameras.
do have this mixed level. Yeah, it's the only city. So everyone else that doesn't live in this city is subject to a work camp and being a slave. So everyone always has this gratitude for the sake of like most
Thank
of them
God.
have worked in a work
Yeah,
camp.
they're like, thank God we're here.
So that's so if it's all you know and you live on Pyongyang, you're like, oh, this is our leader.
Yeah.
Poor Kim.
Yeah.
Poor son of a bitch
Aww.
died. You think
poor little
just,
meatball died.
You think you? Yeah. So I don't know. I'm not sure, but I do think I don't think we're gonna get the news that he's dead, but he's definitely dead.
He's
right?
dead, dude. They would never let
Yeah.
something even of close to that magnitude get out without there being like. There had to be a lot of commotion for people to start taking notice. I don't even know how this kind of broke. What was the first thing that kind of broke it? Was there like a... because it's always like you read an article and it's just like reports from China are indicating. You're like, well, how the fuck do they know? Like, what does that mean? Like, you got a Chinese guy over there like chilling next to the castle?
I read. It was basically Snopes just said some Chinese guy says that Kim Jong Un.
And I'm like, I believe that. If I was reading an article and they were like, hey, we found this Chinese guy who said Kim Jong Un was dead, I'd be like, that's boots on the ground reporting. I'd be like, that's real. That's getting sources.
Yeah.
You know.
You said he's Chinese?
That's pretty close to Korea, dude.
Yeah, dude. The Koreans and Chinese people, they talk.
They got gossip.
Yeah. I don't know, man, but I'm buying it.
Of course.
But yeah, I don't know. There's no like confirmed news story. But what if this was what if COVID-19 big elaborate plan to I don't know. Don't ask me all the connecting points because I'm spitballing right now. But it's a big elaborate plan to assassinate Kim Jong Un and it was effective at the cost of 500,000 lives.
I would be like, I'd be like,
let's start spreading that shit.
Yeah,
dude.
I mean, why not? There's enough bandwidth on the internet. Like, that's all that matters, right?
Yeah.
We're not gonna run out of internet. That means I can post whatever. Why not? Why not? You know, why not make this all up to just kill one leader who has no real... What is it? Then, if they killed him through COVID-19, if they're willing to, risk their lives and shut down the entire world economy, you gotta wonder, they'd be like, okay, what does Kim Jong Un have on the great nations? Does he know about something? Does he know about some secret alien race and he's actually, the sane one? And all the other countries are like, listen, we're taking the nuclear option. He's about to tell everyone that our planet's actually run by a superior alien race. They're like, start a pandemic.
Wait, you're saying Kim Jong-un was actually doing something benevolent for his people by running the ship the way he does to protect them from aliens?
What if... I'm just saying this is the only hypothetical I could entertain.
I can't do it.
You gotta get
me there. I'm not on board.
I'm not saying aliens specifically. I'm saying just in general. What if Kim Jong Un was like? What if he was not the crazy one? What if he was the one? He's like, I'm not crazy. Everyone else in the UN, they're dicks. That's been his whole history, right? His whole tenure. Everybody hates him, and he's like, no, you guys are all fucked up. Fuck all of you. I'll run my shit the way I want to. So yeah, what if he had some kind of secret knowledge, and then all of the, world nations are like, listen, Un's going to get out there and telling people that, what do you want? Take your pick. Aliens?
What is it?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm saying this is the only scenario where all of the world nations would organize to, shut one dude down and be like, okay, he needs to go. And we're willing to crash the entire world economy because he knows some bad shit and he's going to tell people.
Yeah, but...
I don't know.
Okay, isn't
the door, bro.
Isn't him enslaving an entire nation more of a reason to have him assassinated than him exposing that there might be extraterrestrial life?
One would hope.
We're like, hey man, I know he's murdered millions of people, but he's about to tell people that there's bacteria on Mars. This guy's gotta die.
Dude. Nothing's off the table anymore, bro. Nothing's off the table.
That's true.
Nothing is off the table. Because here's the thing. I could absolutely see that being a possibility. They don't give a fuck if he's enslaving their whole country. Shit, dude, U.S. didn't even get involved in World War II until, millions of people died. It's not that. They're only going to do some shit like that if they think there's a legitimate attack on like their interest. You know what I mean? But hey, this is
true.
I ain't one of these fucking. We can't be COVID conspiracy people. Those people are the goddamn worst. And this is purely fun speculation. Though. Am I saying? Am I saying that the UN assassinated Kim Jong Un because he had knowledge about aliens? Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Is Bill Gates an immortal vampire?
Jury's out.
Yeah.
Jury's out.
Yeah. Prove me wrong.
That's the thing about conspiracies. That's why it's like I can't. If you're like a the irony is that the conspiracy theorists think that they take some kind of like moral superiority to people because they're like, oh, I question everything. Like I'm a truth seeker. Yeah. But in reality, it's like, no, you're just kind of gullible. Like you're someone who can be taken in any direction. You know, because if you open the door, listen, if you want to believe in like alien Kim Jong Un conspiracies, you have to. By your core ethics of nature as a conspiracy theorist, you have to be like, well, show me the blueprints to Sandy Hook. Like, why don't we see them? Why was there no records of attendance that day? Like, you have to be that guy, and I'm not going to do that. So.
Yeah, that's fair. Also, I feel like if you're a big conspiracy theorist guy, it also means you don't got a whole lot on your plate. I know it's a fucked up thing to say, but you don't got a lot of... Not a lot of bones in the oven.
No, you ain't got a lot of shit on your to-do.
Well, I also find that about people that, like, bitch about politics and stuff. I honestly, this is coming across cunty. This is why I think I'm better than people. I'm like, yo, some of the stuff, it's like, yo, if there's, like, a real issue happening, sure, let's all get worked up. Like, COVID-19, big problem, all right? We can all agree that, but... When people are just, like, complaining about some bullshit legislation that got passed, I'm like, dude, start a fucking, start a soccer company or do something.
Yeah.
Like, try something.
Start selling bobbleheads on eBay. You know, like, get a hobby. Do something because you're fucking annoying everyone else. You're right. That's the tricky thing, though, is that, because, like, you know, you want to be checked in on shit like that. Like, oh, this legislation passed. You kind of do want to know about it. Because if you don't, then everything just changes around you. But the people who do, like, they spend all their time thinking about that, you're like, I don't like you. I don't like you as a person. And therefore, I don't know if I can trust you. Like, dude, I think that's why there's such a divide, even now, of, like, a fucking pandemic. Like, we found a way to argue about just people getting sick. Like, how is this crazy? And then you get to this point, you realize it's like, oh, it is not like a left-right thing. It's the people protesting COVID-19 feel like they're, again, to use this term, they feel like the people who are voting to, like, stay inside and keep the shutdown going, they're, like, taking a moral superiority to them. I feel like it's them saying, like, oh, you're going to tell me, like, I have to change my whole life because your big-ass city that I don't live in can't get their shit together? Like, that's where I think people are getting torn down the middle.
Which, I get it. Dude, I get it, because people, I don't know, like, people always make fun of these people and get frustrated. I'm like, you know what? If you lived there and you're like, hey, man, like, I don't live in these big cities. I'm just trying to buy some mulch at Home Depot. And I'm fucking sick. And honestly, if you think about these small towns, a lot of the people, they're like, I don't even know anyone with COVID-19. I don't care. Like, for all they know, they're like, this is fucking bullshit. Let me go, like, fertilize my lawn, you dumb son of bitches.
I get that core belief. Dude, I would be that guy. But then I hope that if I was in that small town, I would also have the presence of mind to be like, okay, well, it seems like it could get here. And if it does, we're going to be fucked. Because we're a small town with, like, no capacity to deal with something like this. So, you know, here's the thing. There's people who are, like, these people who are, like, nationalists. People who are, like, you know, Trumpers. They're like, dude, America first. Like, fuck everyone else. This is what we do. Yeah. Those people actually aren't America first. They're, like, their specific community first. It's, like, whatever's within their line of sight. That's all they care about. They're like, well, it ain't my fucking... It ain't here in, you know, Bisbee, Arizona. So, fuck everyone else. Like, we don't... These are the people who are like, let New York burn. Fucking New York fucked it up. They ain't got the ventilators.
Well, okay. Here. But to them... Okay, let me be... I'm gonna be the Trumper. I'm gonna be the Trumper right now, just to be the devil's advocate. these are not my beliefs or ideology. But for my rebuttal, as a Trumper, I would say shit. I'm gonna censor that because I don't want it clipped. We have like 27 views on a video, but somebody clips me saying as a Trumper, and now I'm just can't. I'm just
it's
fucked.
over.
Okay. So as a Trumper, they're saying, hey, we in Bisbee, Arizona, we've played by your rules for a month and a half now, doing like locking ourselves inside for you New York people. You know what I mean? We played by your rules. We played, even though we probably didn't have to do this. We did it for you guys. It's been a month and a half. Now it's our turn. Let us the fuck out. You know? So they're saying, hey, yeah, I played nice with you guys. I compromised, but Daddy needs some mulch.
Daddy's going to go get drywall screws, you know?
Yeah, dude. I'm trying to finish this kitchen renovation project.
Yeah. Listen.
Well, okay. All right. You need. My point is, you need people that blindly follow the government as much as you need people that are idiots and rebel against sensible behavior.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Of course. No.
I feel like you do need the push and pull.
Yeah.
So, because if everyone was just listening to the government and doing exactly what they say, I'd be like, hey, somebody's got to be a fucking idiot about this, or the government's just going to be like, hey, we can tell them to do fucking anything and they'll do it. Nobody's protesting, you know?
You're 100% right, dude. I was actually thinking that the other day, like, as much as we love to hate these people, and as much as I love spending hours watching YouTube videos of anti-COVID people yelling at, like, you know, pro-vid.
Sure.
You're 100% right.
Yeah.
These people have to exist. Like, the big thing this week was there was a viral video that came out of, like, this pickup truck in Colorado honking. This lady's, this, like, white chick, this fucking Susan from, you know, Idaho, is screaming at a nurse.
I saw that, yeah.
You know, the nurse is just standing there blocking them. And I won't lie. My first thought, I was like, why is the nurse out here? You should go inside. Like, you got shit to do, bro. But that's a stupid thing to think.
Buddy, it looked a little too staged, bud. That picture looked a little too manicured to be reality. Do you know what I mean? I was just like, he had his arms crossed like this, and then the dumb bitch is hanging out the window with her sign pointing to the camera. I was like, somebody...
Yeah,
Yeah. No, dude, the cameraman was like, hey, guys, I'm trying to get on the cover of the New York Times. Help me out, you know? Can you just... There's no possible way that was entirely candid.
It's a photojournalist for CNN. It's like just out there, and they're like, okay, we were told we have to have a story by the end of the day. So we found this, you know.
Yeah.
I think he was Asian, too. He was like an Asian male nurse, and they just found him. They're like, hey, can you do me a favor? Can you go scream at this white lady?
Ooh.
No, I think it was. I think it was real. I think it was a real video. As much as they both looked like, you know, kind of cartoons a little bit, because like I can totally believe that lady and her husband those people exist. I know exactly where they are and where they live, like what they're doing. She's out there screaming like, you know, I can't go get my goddamn roots done. No, that was a different lady. Either way, you get the point.
Yeah, but all...
People upset that they can't go to Little Caesars. All I'm saying,
though, is... I think he spotted both of them and was like, hey, I have this Chinese nurse you guys should meet. You're going to fucking hate him. If you could just pull your car around there, stick your sign out, that would be great.
Yeah. So we're trying to like avoid grocery stores to a degree, as many are, right?
Yeah.
So I ordered off like that Instacart thing where you can like go order from like Ralph's, aka basically Kroger for people not in LA. Ralph's is just Kroger in LA. Yeah. But you go order Ralph's and, you know, they come deliver it to your place or whatever. So I did it in like, I did the thing where it's like if they don't have something, they substitute it with something else. And I was surprised. The day that they were picking out my groceries, I get a text from like a dude, like a real dude, who's basically, he's like, hey, my name's Mike, I'm buying your groceries, I'll text you if there are any issues.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's weird. Like thinking, you know, We ordered pretty basic things like meat, vegetables, like eggs, whatever. Mm-hmm. So I find myself in this text conversation with this guy Mike buying my groceries for like an hour, like constantly back and forth, immediate, because he's like, they don't have ribeye, they don't have boneless ribeyes, but they have bone-in ribeyes. Is it okay if I get that one? And I was like, yeah, man, I get, like, whatever. Like, it's every single one. He's like, oh, they don't have watermelon bubbly, but they got watermelon Waterloo. Is that okay? And I'm like, dude, I can't spend my whole hour. I'm like working. I can't talk to you about these fucking.
Dude?
I know. I know that. I know.
You gotta be like, hey, what the fuck, dude? This is Waterloo.
I know.
Waterloo's bullshit. And he's like, I didn't even bother you. Anyway. All right.
No, you're right. I'd be like, yeah. He gets to my apartment. I'm like, fuck, motherfucker, you brought us Dasani?
Yeah.
You got Dasani sparkling water? No one gets that.
Yeah. You bought the Dasani skinny cans with soda in it? Get the fuck out of here. Take it back. I'm keeping these groceries. I'm not paying for anything. Yeah, dude. All right, go on.
He's like, well, I got you the Kroger sparkling water. I don't care if it's an 8-pack, okay? Yeah. I wanted the LaCroix. Like,
yeah.
Anyway, so this guy's texting me back and forth, and then in that moment, I'm not complaining. I just like realized, I'm like, oh, this is like a really inefficient way of doing things.
You're saying oh, this doesn't work.
It doesn't work, dude. And it's like, here's the thing too, is that like, some things you'll get like an alert every time they cancel something. They're like, we don't have it. Like for me, they canceled it. I think it was just like, oh, it was garlic. I was like trying to get fresh garlic, and he was like canceled it. He's like, and then he texted me. He's like, yo man, fresh out of garlic, all of it. And I was like, oh, do they have like the peeled one like in the bag? And he's like, they ain't got a single garlic up here. And I was like, wow, okay, this dude rules. First of all,
he seems really nice.
He was really nice, but what I'm just saying is I wasn't expecting to have like a full. I felt like I knew the guy at the end of it. Like, he came to bring the groceries, and I kind of wanted to like talk to him for a second about like, Tom Brady going to Tampa or something.
Yeah,
I felt that. It comes off like I'm complaining. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it was very interesting.
His attention to detail.
He fucked me over though. He fucked me on one item. Because he kept saying they don't have ribeyes. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. I was like, can you just pick? I was like, do they have like a strip? And then he's like, no strips. I'm like, okay, well, what do they have? I'm like, what do they have? Can you send? So he sends me a picture, and he's holding like a ribeye and a strip. And I'm like, what the? I was like, bro, what is? I don't know. What do you mean? And then I'm like, just get the strips. I was like, can I get 2 of those strips? He's like, I got you. And then I get the groceries delivered, no steak. I'm like, what happened? Like, did someone come steal it from you in the cart? Did you just like fucking throw it back? I don't know.
Did he bill you for the steaks?
No, that was a good thing.
Oh.
It wasn't billed for it, but I was like, why? Bro.
And you can't hit him up.
We found him we found the steaks together. Like,
yeah.
You were holding them, dude. What happened? You know?
Well, you can't like retroactively, you can't like hit him up after the job is done and be like, hey buddy, what the fuck? Where's the strip steaks?
Mike, dude, you texted me that picture of the steaks. I saw them. They look great. What happened?
Where are those steaks?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. I left them in the cheese aisle. You're like, Mike,
why did you, dude?
I hope I get him the next time.
Oh man, he seems cool. He just seems a little.
He was cool,
but incompetent and like a lot of attention to detail, only to fuck it up with an easy mistake by leaving the strip steaks in the cheese aisle.
Yeah, literally like one whole meal. That's how I thought of it. I was like, oh fuck, now it's like that's like another meal now. I gotta like figure out. The steaks are gone, and people out there think like, oh, is he balling out? He's like fucking, Carl Duhaney or, John D. Rockefeller out here doing the thing, balling out, getting steaks. No, I'm getting the Kroger bullshit steaks, okay? They're not
I
great.
love Kroger steaks, dude.
Listen, we all do. Because you want a steak, and you don't want to spend $30 on it, so you go to Kroger's, you get one, it's a little gray, and you're like, oh, that's weird, and, it looks like it was cut up using, like, kindergarten scissors. But,
buddy, you gotta go. You gotta get it from the counter. You can't buy the prepackaged one.
Oh, of course, no.
To the counter.
I know that. It's the same thing, though. It's the
same thing. Yeah, but it feels better when you're picking it out,
Yeah, you're like, oh, this is Carl's Deli. Like, this is his butcher stand. I'm getting it from him. And it's like, no, this guy was in jail. Like, he just got out of prison, and they were like, yo, you're gonna run the butcher department. He's like, all right. And I'm cool with that because I think everyone deserves a fresh start. Even Carl, who, went to jail. Dude, I'm almost finished with 90 Day Fiancé. And I got to tell you, I went back to season 1. Let me tell you this. There's a dude who goes to the deep jungle of the Amazon to meet some chick who's like 18-ish.
Yeah.
And he goes there to meet this chick.
No birth certificates in the jungle.
Ain't no records out there in the Amazon when you're that close. They're floating down the goddamn Nile River or whatever. That's not in South America. Either way. So he goes to this jungle to meet this chick. They have a good time, whatever they're meeting. And then finally, second to last episode, he's like, hey, forgot to tell you something. There's something in my past you should know about. I was convicted and went to jail for 18 months for burning my own house down, and I got a restraining order from my ex-girlfriend. Just wanted to let you know.
Okay.
That seems like a pretty big reveal. And it sparked me to think of this question. If you're an arsonist and you have an arson record, what date do you bring that up on? When? Because then I kind of felt for the guy. I'm like, bro, there's not going to be a good time for you to do this. If you burn your dang house down trying to kill your ex-girlfriend, it's going to be weird whenever you bring it up.
Okay, buddy.
So Joey,
question.
if you're the arsonist, when are you bringing it up?
Why did I commit arson? Was I trying to kill my ex-wife, or was I just trying to collect some insurance? Is this insurance fraud, or is
you were
this
trying
murder?
You were trying to kill your ex-girlfriend. No, let me rephrase this. Let me make it a little more murky. You were trying to kill yourself in the vicinity of your girlfriend because she was breaking up with you.
Oh, murder,
That's
suicide.
why he tried to burn his own house. Basically, they imply this dude tried to burn his own house down because he's lost his mind when he broke up with his girlfriend, and she was there, and I guess he started burning his own fucking place down. That's the kind of arson.
I got it.
Just barely intent. You know what I mean? Just enough to get 18 months in jail and not 25 to life. You feel me?
Yeah, I bet his lawyer got him off as a not attempted murder because I'm sure that's a longer time.
Yeah.
But okay, here's how you do it.
So when do
buddy.
you bring it up? Yeah, tell me.
So what I would say, I really like this girl. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, this girl. I'm trying to make a future with this girl. I'd say
trying to wife this chick.
I'm trying to wife. So I'd say, date 3. I drop this. I say, hey, I just want to tell you. I want to be honest because I like you a lot. I've struggled with mental illness in the past. And I think as we get to know each other, I mean, I'd like to tell you more, but I just want to, at this point, we're 3 dates in, but I have had mental health issues in the past. And then date 5, you kind of you're in bed.
There was this argument about
not
where
yet,
we should order pizza from.
Not yet. Now the pizza argument doesn't come up yet. You're just like, yeah. So my ex-wife, we had our problems. Things got a little emotional. I kind of got in a bad place, and then.
So you may have noticed some of my tattoos. Now,
yes.
Let me explain.
Yeah.
They look like they
like
weren't done professionally. I get that.
It looks like a swastika that was done in prison, and it is. But
it is. Listen.
I'd say date 10. Date 10.
You're saying maybe, date 10.
Yeah, you're 3, 4 months, 3, 4, I don't know, maybe it depends how frequently you hang out. I'd say 2 or 3 months in, you say, I tried to kill my wife by burning my house down with myself and my children inside of it. If she sticks around, dude, that's the greatest woman. That woman
queen,
loves you,
bro.
Yeah,
that's your fucking queen, dude. If she's down with it.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing.
That's
I get that strategy.
Right
I get that strategy, but I also feel like, dude, if you're so fucked up that you're willing to try to burn your own house down to kill your ex-girlfriend, you need an equally crazy chick to date. And vice versa, if you're one of those people. So
yeah.
I think there's some merit in date 1. Straight up being yo, hey, a power move. Being hey, here's the deal, man. You're pretty fucking cool. We've been texting for 2 weeks. You seem awesome. We have so many interests. Here's the deal, dude. I went to jail. I tried to burn my house down and kill my ex-girlfriend. Now, listen, that shit was fucked up. I ain't like that anymore. But that happened. If you want to get out, fuck it. And she's like, I'm in. People change. And you're like, that's how you know.
Actually,
that's how you know. You're like, okay, we're not even going to bullshit this.
That's actually, now that you say that, that's the move. That's the move.
You think so?
It honestly is, because if you're just straight up forthright about it, it's like very respectable. Because it's like, because to the girl, she thinks, oh, well, that's the right thing to do. She's thinking, that's tough to tell someone, and that's cool as shit that he just brought it straight out forward and said, hey, enter at your own risk. So she's thinking, that gives
like,
you
I'll swim.
Points. Yeah, that gives you points.
I'll swim with the sharks.
And you're intriguing, dude. Like, not to be...
Yeah.
I'm not even fucking
like,
around.
Wow, this guy's interesting.
This guy's interesting, and he's
I would like to know more.
Yes, he's intriguing. You got a little mystery to you. It also shows that you're very passionate, and you're, for lack of a better term,
with his whole heart, he loves.
Yeah, and he's a bit of a bad boy.
Hey,
girls love bad boys, dude.
He's basically in Shakespeare, okay?
Yeah.
Like, he's basically a Shakespeare character. So
yeah, he's Romeo, dude. You gotta, the guys that tried to kill their ex-wives in a house fire don't come around often, man. You can jump on board that, but that ship's not coming around again. So
no, it's not. You're only gonna get one chance to date a murderous arsonist. And when it happens, and you find yourself in a life position where you're like, you know what? I don't know if I can do any better.
Yeah.
Hey, swim at your own risk.
So I'm gonna say pre-date one. I think you're right. Pre-date one.
Yeah.
Cause the dude.
No, in person.
If a girl told me, if I'm like really into her, and then on date 10, we've been hanging out for 3 months, she's like, hey, I had an ex-husband and I tried to kill him. Tried to kill him in his sleep. I tried to poison him. I feel like I should say that. I'd be like, I would honestly, and then I'd be like, okay, I would stick around because I'd be afraid she was gonna cut my fingers off. So I'd be like, oh, that's cool. I forgive you. In reality, I'd be like, I need to get witness protection because I want to get away from this bitch.
Yeah, like to her face, you're like, oh no, that's cool, babe. Like, I get it. Like, I actually appreciate you being so upfront about this.
Yeah, I did.
And then you get home. And you call that guy in Studio City, the private eye, and we're like, hey, I need you to start following this chick. And I'm gonna.
You don't like what you find. You don't like what the private.
No, we know, dude. We talk about this. You're not gonna. That's what they always say. Like, hey, you might not like what you find, and you're like, listen, it's either that, or she cuts off my dick while I'm asleep. Right. So, ball's kind of in your court, bud. Help me out. No,
dude,
I don't know.
That's the thing about like dating now is you meet these strangers on these dating apps, so you don't like, because before you would have been like, hey Joe, I got a girl you should meet. She's friends with Mo. I think you're gonna like her. So there's this. You've already done the background check, Yeah. But now it's just like, hey, I'm meeting this girl named Trisha. Like, what do you know about her? Like, not much. She could be an arsonist. Like, I don't know if she's a phone. Not. Yeah, that's about it.
I know she has a good internet connection. Yeah. And that's really it. That's kind of what I've learned, too, is, like, you're right. It's like people... I mean, it's such like an obvious thing to say, but like, yeah, you don't know anyone. Like people are so willing to just like lose themselves in that, delusion, that you don't even feel bad for them at a certain point. Like if you go out and you meet someone and you're like, you meet a person you met on the internet, and you're just like, I don't know this person. I guess I got to just trust. It says they live in LA. Like, I guess I'll take a ride. I don't give a fuck.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. For me, as a man, I'm like, this is crazy. Like, I think that. And then I think like, oh, dude, these women are going and meeting strangers. Because it's just, people are always talking about like double standards.
Predators.
Like, dude, fuck double standards. Of course there are double standards. It's different to be a man than it is to be a woman. You know what I mean? And
of course.
it's not that. So we gotta be like, well, it's it's like a girl does that, then a guy does it. It's different. I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, it is. It's different. Like
it's
for a woman,
different, actually.
Yeah, there's a physical, the power imbalance physically is so lopsided that whenever a girl agrees to meet me, I'm always like, wow, you sure? Because I could be a real monster.
I'm pretty jacked. And
like if a girl's
how did I get that jacked?
Yeah, beating up women.
Or in a prison yard, doing
you don't know.
25 for burning down my house. I don't know. You don't know. So, it's a huge risk. It's crazy to me that people still. It's crazy that there's no kind of common betting system. How's there not like a service that you can pay for? I'm sure there is. I'm sure.
Wait, ZP, hold on.
I have no doubt people who listen.
You're coming out the speakers.
Think that.
One sec.
Oh no, you lost your.
Yeah, I did. One sec.
We gonna have to cut.
Yeah, my bad. Well, you know what? We can still entertain the people, dude. Can you hear me?
I don't hear you, bud.
I don't know if you can hear me. Let me call you back. Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah. You hear me?
Okay, cool. Yeah, you're good. Now, sorry, you weren't... Anyway, I'll explain later.
No worries.
Doesn't matter to anyone. We're back, and we're recording. Okay.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
Let's move on. Let's use that as an opportunity to cut, and we can move on to a new segment.
Okay, sounds good.
Because you're gonna have to cut that, because I couldn't...
Yeah. I think my Bluetooth just turned off. And then it disconnected and reconnected, but when I disconnected and reconnected, it didn't, the messenger box ignored it. You know what I mean? It was like, okay.
I feel you.
So, cool. Well,
you had a high thought. You had a stony thought.
Yes, I do. All right, okay. So, I don't know, man. I don't even want to say this is a stony thought, because I stand by the thought. All right, so I was watching, Live PD last night, all right? And they go, for whatever reason, they end up at this trailer where these people are doing, they're from the Owl Research Institute, okay? That's the name of this organization. But they're basically
meaning you're saying they literally research owls, or is owl an acronym?
Owl. Like literally owls, like the bird of prey. Yes, okay. So I'm watching this, and the cop is playing with the bird. They're tagging it, and then he's releasing the owl. And dude, owls are the most magnificent creature you've ever seen. They're adorable,
they really are.
But vicious, yeah. And they fly silently. Anyway. That all besides the point. There's nobody's getting pulled over, nobody's getting shot, no dead bodies, no drugs, no nothing. This is the most innocuous call that I've ever seen, but probably the best thing I've ever seen, because they're just playing with this bird, and the bird is staying perfectly put. But all that being said, I watch this, and then I think, how far have we come as a human society that
so far.
someone is willing to be far. There's a place that is entirely funded to research what owls do and see if we can use what owls do as a human race. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've gone so far that someone's like, we should check out what owls are up to and see how they do what they do and see if we can replicate anything.
You're right. And then, dude, you're 100% right. At some point in 1974, there was a group of people at some university at Harvard, and they were like, okay, guys, enough's enough. What the fuck are the owls doing? All right?
Yeah.
We need to figure this shit out. And then they start learning about the owls. Isn't it so fun? You're right. We've evolved so much that literally now our entire existence is solving problems that we created for ourselves. You know?
Yeah.
There was never any kind of dire need to understand the owl ways. But at some point, some dork in a little, brown suit with pads on the elbows was like, guys, what the fuck are these owls doing? Why are they just staring at everybody? We need to figure this out. and then
I think
now
they
we're
were just
watching it on a live PD, show on A&E.
I imagine a lot of small government Republicans would hear of the Owl Institute and be like, "That's a ridiculous waste of money," right?
Yeah, they'd be like,
I imagine,
I imagine $100,000 we can cut from the budget.
Oh, dude, couple million, man. They were talking about
right.
This was Nevada. This was Nevada State Institute, which is like just the state of Nevada has an owl research institute, man. So,
yeah.
But I imagine any Republican that saw that, any Republican that was like, no, I imagine anyone that watched the live PD episodes, they would turn into a staunch Democrat. They'd be like, I'm glad we got funding for those fucking owls. We got to figure out how they do what they do, because that's important.
They watch the girl and it's on the shoulder, and they watch it kind of just like glide onto the ground peacefully and like spread its wings. They're like, this is good. This is tax dollars at work.
Yeah.
Like this is what we need. This,
Yeah. What's the foundation? I'm writing. What?
Grandma just died because we didn't have a ventilator. But look at this magnificent owl. Look at it. It's like it has a soul.
Yeah.
Like. Owls are such a unique creature, dude. What's a fucking owl doing through this? Owls don't even know about coronavirus, man. Like, think about owls portrayed in media. What do you think of? When you think of the owl, what's the first thing you think of? I'll tell you mine. It's the goddamn Tootsie Pop owl.
Yeah.
That wise, and I was always thinking, I was like, man, these kids are retarded. But that owl is wise as fuck. Like, this owl is just sitting there telling them, he's like, it's going to be more licks. And they're like, how many is going to be? How many are we going to do? And I'm like, the owl was wise. I think that's their character, man.
I mean, they're vicious though too. Also, who's licking a Tootsie Pop, dude? Who's just not putting that thing in their mouth and like
just sucking on it like a chili dog outside of Tasty Freeze, dude.
Yeah,
for
man.
Sure.
Who's like, what?
I always thought that.
Dude, that would be the most psycho move if I ever met someone and they're like, if they bought a Tootsie Pop at a 7-Eleven, I'd be like, okay, that's weird. And then they unwrap it and they're like, then continue to have a conversation with me. Like, yeah, I was going to buy the Kings tickets, but floor seats are kind of expensive, so we're just going to wait until
Yeah.
What did you just... Yeah. Okay, stop.
She's like, are
you seducing me?
So the landlord said he can't technically kick us out on May 1st.
Yeah.
But, I sent him a cease and desist anyway.
Then it's a doctor is like, listen, your grandmother, it doesn't look good. She's, I don't want to say she's brain dead, but... Yeah, the insert of... The lick itself, the timing of the lick is so important if you're having a conversation. If you're having a conversation, like there's some doctor standing at, like Mount Sinai in Queens right now, and he's like, okay, so here's the deal. We got 4 ventilators left. And at this point, we have to go in order of, severity, age, things like that. So your dad, he's probably going to be 50 or 60. That's kind of what we're guessing, It's a bad time. Yeah. It's a bad lick.
It's a bad lick. You're goddamn right about that.
And then it would be even worse because then the family would be like, I think he's joking. Because surely no one would be so disrespectful to lick a Tootsie Pop.
Yeah, he's like, listen, man.
I've been delivering such bad news.
Yeah, he's just got he's got the chocolate one. He's like, oh, this is so good.
He hits the Tootsie Roll. He's like, yeah, so we're looking at 6 months and then got it. 4,092. 4,000 licks.
4,092. Do you think it was going to be 4,000? No way.
Yeah. My tongue is bleeding, but we know now. Anyway, we know. Your dad's going to die.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry. Your uncle, we did our best, but hey, he was 75. He was 75. Come on.
75. Have a Tootsie Pop.
Got Come on, bud. Here's blueberry. You like blueberry? Check the label. Does it have the Indian with the star, man? You get a free one.
Is that a thing?
Did you ever hear that? I thought that was a
No.
thing. Is that if it had like if you look at the wrapper and it's got like the Native American guy or Indian, they probably call them Indians on the thing, but they're like pulling the thing and he's shooting a star, and if he's doing that on the wrapper, then you get like a free one.
Oh,
I was
shit.
told that could also be horse shit that some kid told me, on my block. So I can't verify that.
Okay, so to intro this, these are things that I've realized that I'm kind of done with after this, and I don't. Now that they're not in my life anymore, I'm not going to do them.
Yeah.
One
Fair
of
enough.
them,
All right, what?
I think, like, definitely maintaining bullshit friendships that I'm not interested in being in. And,
Yeah.
like, I think I'm done with, like, happy hours, dude. I'm done going to happy hour.
You're done with happy hours?
Yeah, I think I'm done with happy hours. I hate happy hours.
That's interesting.
Okay,
why?
I'll go
like
with happy
hour.
Happy hours fucking suck, dude. Cause
why? No, they don't.
Well, you can defend happy hours, but happy hours suck because you go out and they're with. Okay, it's like your friend. You're never gonna like maintain a relationship with a coworker, maybe, but rarely. But to go out with a group, it just feels like, okay, you guys are just like around me. They're just kind of like fake friends. And then you go, it's like 5 o'clock or 5:30 and you're hitting a bar and you're drinking. And now it's 7 and you're kind of fucked up. Like your night shot.
Yeah.
You got to get home.
Yeah.
It just puts you in a position where you're like,
dude, here's the thing. Here's where you're fucking up though, man. You don't go to happy hour to get drunk. You go to happy hour to get buzzed, and then
Dude, I'm a lightweight, man. So I have
go home and then bail.
Yeah, I guess for me, I feel you, but I guess it's like here's how it is. I go to bodega, I get 2 glasses of wine. All right. Now I'm like kind of buzzed. I'm like I can't hit the gym because I'm just like lethargic and I don't want to be lifting 200 pounds over my fucking head while I'm, wine drunk. So I'm like, all right, well, my night shot, I can't drive my car home. So now I'm taking an Uber home and also I don't feel like when I'm going to it, it's not like if I'm going to meet you for happy hour, it's just like when I'm going there, I don't have the anxiety of like, oh, I've got to like hold court in front of these people or make sure I don't say something offensive about
we're just
Asians
chilling
or something like that. Yeah, so it's like a social. I can't be loose, I got to be on my best behavior with my coworkers because they'll be like, "Hey, Joey said, like his parents are autistic," and like that's not what made a really dumb joke.
I feel you.
Okay.
I feel you. Like happy hour with coworkers sucks for sure. I'm not gonna argue that.
Yeah.
But happy hour with like cool people, you ain't done with that.
No, okay.
Dude, there's nothing better than when you go. There's nothing better than when you get done with work. Here's the best feeling in the world. I don't know if you've ever had this. I hope someone out there has. The best feeling in the world is fucking Friday. It's like 4:30. People are starting to file out, like you're leaving, right? And then they're all like, "Oh, we're going to happy." Like you can tell a bunch of people are going to happy hour, and you're like, "Oh, sorry, I can't. I got I'm plans with a girlfriend, or I'm going to my parents' house, whatever." Say something like that, and then you leave and you go get happy hour with your actual friends.
Yeah.
All at like 4:35, and you're like, "Thank God, I have to drink because if I don't, I'm gonna drive my car through the front office."
Right.
But I can do it with my actual friends, and we can, finally let loose. And
all right, let me walk it back. I'm saying work happy hours. I'm over any sort of like function like that where like if I'm chilling in happy hour, I want to be not afraid to be fast and loose and say some offensive shit. I want to hurt some feelings. I want to be fast and loose with my buddies who know Joe's a good guy and he's just trying to make us laugh. So I don't want to be like walking on eggshells. I don't want to be like 3 Merlots deep and then have to be like, don't be yourself
All right.
around any of these people.
Don't talk about
anyone.
Rick.
Yeah, don't
say that. Don't talk about.
Yeah.
Don't talk about Rick's weird food that he brings in.
Yeah,
This is part of his religion. Don't talk about it.
Don't talk about your theory that Rick might be a domestic abuser because he definitely has rage issues. Don't you know you want to?
Yeah, listen. Don't talk about the fact that Cindy's going over to the boss's house every Friday.
Dude,
he runs the car dealership.
Dude, if I'm
this is a car dealership in my mind.
Yeah,
for
sure.
This is a car dealership.
Oh, dude,
I'm at a Chevrolet dealership in Indiana.
If I worked at a Chevy dealership in Indiana, I am a gossip queen, dude. I would get fired. I'd be like the best employee they had, but like, dude, you're such a gossip and you just sow so much discord that you got to get the fuck out of here. I'd be like, you're right. That's best. That's best.
Dude, what do you think the gossip is like at a Chevrolet dealership in Indiana? What do you think the work gossip is? I think it's a lot of this one guy isn't like following proper protocol for sales, but like no one is really saying anything because he's like selling a lot of cars. I bet it's shit like that.
Well, okay, I had a roommate that worked at a Toyota dealership, and I lived in Indiana actually. So this is Fort Wayne, Indiana. But he told me. Okay, so he was like he worked in the garage, right? He was like a guy that shook out the fucking floor mats, right? He didn't, but anyway, so he's a peon. But he was saying, yeah.
But he's around it.
Yeah, but he was like 18 at the time, and he was telling me, he was like, yeah, dude, there's this car salesman there, and he sells these Toyotas to chicks, and then he fucks them, dude. He's like the coolest dude. And I was like, no, he doesn't, dude. No, dude. But... He sells him these expensive cars, makes a commission, then he calls them up and he fucks them. I'm like, cool. And he was like, yeah, that's gonna be me. I'm like, what a career. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Have fun.
So I imagine
you ruined some poor girl's credit so you could sell her a Toyota Supra.
Yeah, and then and then get her pregnant by having unprotected sex with her.
Yeah. Dude, that'd be so sick to be like, if you're in like small town rich. Dude, I watched this. Did I send you this video the other day? There's this guy. I watched this public freakout video of this guy, probably in his 50s, losing his shit at a McDonald's. And there's like the 16-year-old girl working. Yeah. He's like screaming at this 16-year-old girl, like, show me some respect, show me some respect.
Yeah.
And she's like, you're ignorant. And he's like, I'm fucking ignorant. I made $350,000 last year. I own a Ford dealership. He's like, you work at fucking McDonald's. And I was like, bro, like, you just flexed on $350,000. Like, listen, I know you're doing well, but, like, that is not even close to rich. Like, it's so far away from rich. I'm like, this dude just flexed on... This dude was so insecure that he flexed on a 16-year-old girl working at McDonald's that he makes $350K.
Yeah, that's not... And also, it begs the question, it's like, buddy, why you at McDonald's? And why you,
Yeah.
Also, why you at McDonald's, and then why are you also getting into some shit at a McDonald's?
Yeah.
With you know what I mean? It's like,
you're at McDonald's, so clearly you're not better.
I'm going to say
people who go inside to eat at McDonald's are not better than the employees who work at that McDonald's. That's like why does everyone always say like, oh, at least you're not working at McDonald's? I'm like, those people have more honor and respect than anyone. They have to deal with these fucking animals who come in and start shit at their McDonald's. Dude. They're the honorable ones. The people in the kitchen. Those are the people holding it down.
Dude, also, what's funny about that is why is it socially acceptable to belittle and talk down to, and even talk down to, not like talk down to, but talk down about the idea of fast food workers? Do you know what I mean? Like, if you talked about fast food workers the way you talk about, like Uzbekistani people, you'd be a racist. You know, it's prejudice nonetheless.
It's super. It's like classist, dude.
Yeah,
you're 100% right. Like I used to have like a joke about that like such a long time ago, but like the basic premise was like, why is it okay to like shit? Why is it openly okay to shit on like McDonald's? Like it's a common punchline. It's like, hey, at least you ain't like flipping burgers at McDonald's. I'm like, why? And then you know what it is, too, is people say, like, oh, at least you're not working at fucking Wendy's or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, so when you say that, you're shitting on Wendy's, saying it's a shitty restaurant. Yet, you go there and get food. Now, there's two people in this conversation. You and the drive-thru worker. They're there to get a paycheck. You're there to get a junior bacon cheese and mozzarella sticks. Like, and you want to tell me, and you want to be like, oh, at least I'm not like one of those fucking poor bastards?
Yeah.
Get real.
Yeah, no, I don't. I will tell you, I feel like when I worked at this restaurant, I would say when I worked at Kitchen 24 in Hollywood, that job was far more stressful than my job is now. For sure.
Oh my god, yeah, of course. Same for restaurants I worked at. Same thing. Way harder, way less money.
Dude, I was at Chipotle one time for lunch, and this like new kid, you could tell he was maybe like 19, 20 or something like that, maybe younger. But there was something, he was at the beginning of the line, he was working there. He was working at the beginning of the line where they like put the tortilla in the thing, and then, so I told him something, I was like, yeah, can I get a salad bowl? And then something was like dirty, or like the chicken wasn't, there was like an empty tray or something. Something was wrong, like not to protocol, all right? And this manager comes up to this kid who's like, he's like quiet and shy. And he comes up to this kid and then grabs the empty tray and is like, what's this? And the kid's like, oh, sorry. He's like, what is, and he hits it and he's like, can't be doing this, guys. Get the dirty trays out. This is not, and he yells at the kid in front of him. I'm like, dude, fuck this job, dude. Fuck this guy. Also, it's like, this kid's like trying. He's working hard. He's not being lazy. And he just comes over and like, is like, and then I hate it when people, I fucking hate it when like people in authority try to rub your nose and shit. I'm like, dude, that is so fucked up. I know. So he came over and he's like, dude, what is this?
Like public.
Yeah, dude. I'm like, fuck you, man. Like, the kid's trying. Talk to him after and be like, hey, I noticed a couple trays. Just make sure you're on that. I know you're new. It's hard. But he just comes over and he's like, what is this? And I've had people do it to me. And I'm like, dude, this isn't making it better. This is just you trying to
I don't know.
Make me feel like shit, you know? No, fuck. He froze. All right. What the fuck's going on?
You there?
I don't know what the fuck's going on. Let's just wrap it, dude.
Yeah, let's just.
Hold
on. We have to do some kind of like mini thing to wrap it. We can't just like do an outro now.
What do you mean? Oh, the idea that we had?
We have to have some kind of mini conversation and then end it. It'll look so weird if we just go straight, like cut some weird awkward part into like a goodbye.
Okay, well, we'll explain the technical difficulty, but yeah, I just feel like I hate it when managers try to like degrade their employees.
Rub your nose in it.
Yeah, and I had that
publicly too.
I had that recently with I've had that recently with bosses where, and it was one of those things. And when my boss did this to me, recently as like in my professional career, like when my boss did this to me, I was like, it made me be like, okay, from here on out, like I don't like you, you know, like this is adversarial and like I don't like you as a person, and it was just this isn't even like a conscious thing. It was just like I knew, I'm like, all right, this is unredeemable for me. I don't deserve this, and I think you're shitty, and I'm not gonna even address this because it's not worth it to me.
Yeah.
So,
dude, I've been in so many situations like that. Like, you're totally right. You reach this point where you're just like, oh, yeah, you're a bad person.
Yeah.
Like, there's, because you kind of like, when you go to a job, you just view them as like boss, right? You don't view the person. And then through their behavior, just over time, you're like, dude, you just screamed at a kid at a fucking Wendy's for not, you know, dropping like the 3 sodas off at this table.
Yeah.
Like, you're clearly unhinged. Dude, one time I was working at a pizza job. I watched my boss, dude, was like the owner's son. You know, so it's like the owner's
Yeah.
son, you know, that typical proto, like, douchebag, playing with daddy's money, getting to learn how to, like, be a manager. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, everyone's had one of those fucking cunts you hate. And I'm like, so this guy, his name was Ryan, and dude, one day, he was just, like, going off on this other guy, this delivery driver, for, like, I guess he left like 2 pizzas behind because he was going to take it like on a different run. And then they just like fought over the timing of it. And then at one point, like the guy getting reamed by the owner's son was just screaming at him. He's like, bro, we're in a fucking kitchen and you're wearing flip-flops. And then it just ended. And then they just literally walked separate ways. And then it was over.
Wait,
it was the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Who was wearing the flip-flops?
The owner's son, like the manager.
Oh, wow.
The manager of the pizza shop was standing there wearing flip-flops, and the guy was like, bro, you're wearing fucking flip-flops in a kitchen. And then they just walked separate ways, and then never brought it up again.
That's the move, because if you can call... I've noticed that. If you can... This is a manipulation tactic. If you can act like something someone is doing is completely egregious and that they should know better, it gets them super in their head. If you can call them out for saying, hey, you're so dumb that you're breaking the cardinal rule of what we're doing, then they'll be like, fuck. Because, you know, I guarantee you what that guy was thinking in his head was oh shit, am I not supposed to be wearing flip-flops in a kitchen?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Like,
should I know that?
It's such a fun, rare moment when, like, one statement like that, like, dude, you're wearing flip-flops in the kitchen, can cut to the core.
Yeah.
Because it cuts to the core because he's like, oh, is that, like, a basics of kitchen that I don't know? Is that a basics of the food industry? It was like, in such a minute, small example, calling out this dude's vast lack of knowledge for how to run a restaurant. Amazing. It was the greatest thing.
Yeah. He killed it. Bravo, dude. Like, that's how you do
we
it.
We all dream about being in a position where we can do that.
Put some
like you're at your office.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're at your office, like, dealing with your boss or whatever, like, and you're like, hey, dude, why are we running 2 site traffic counters for our site and doubling the data and sending it out? Why are we doing this twice? They're like, oh, is that fraud?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fraud. Like,
that's that's the best when it's like, because nobody ever admits their ignorance. They're like, yeah, we do that to like double check you know what I mean? They can't be like, oh, we're too dumb to know that's not right. They can't say that. Yeah,
it's like, oh fuck.
Yeah, you can't expose yourself as a dummy.
No, you can't. Or that you don't know it. Like you just have no experience. Yeah, that's the other thing. So when you show someone that you have less experience than they do and you're in a position of power, you're like, oh, well. Yeah. Yeah. That's irreparable, dude. That is. Hey.
That is. Cause
this isn't the fucking handbook of how to succeed at business. We need to write a book on how to succeed in the office place. This would be its own chapter.
Never admit your fault.
Chapter
1.
Yeah, chapter 1. Chapter 1, never admit you're wrong. Never take ownership. Never admit your lack of knowledge on the subject.
Despite glaring evidence that you have no idea what the fuck you're doing.
Assume authority. Take control by any means necessary. And be willing to be very aggressive very quickly.
All right, man.
That's Business 101, baby. Let's wrap it.
Let's wrap it. I'm hot as shit, dude.
Like and subscribe. It's hot. It's fucking summer again. Let's see if it burns out all the fucking antibodies.
Yeah. All right.